Welcome to HUMA 1305. This is a video to, well, I guess give you kind of a navigation of the course, where to find things, what to submit, where to watch the videos, and things like that. So when you go to blackboard.ntcc.edu, when you log in, you'll come to a screen that looks similar to this, but what you're going to look for is our class listing, and it'll say something like HUMA 1305.082 something. So find your course. Any course you're enrolled in will show up there. Once you click that link, it will take you to the landing page for the class. And so the way I've set it up is when you log in here, you'll come to the announcements page. So that way, any announcements that I've posted to the class, you'll see show up here, and you'll kind of see them first when you log in. Day one, the very first thing you have to do is click here on Start Here. And this folder has all the important things that you need to know about the class. I'm going to put this in student view mode so you can see. So this is what it'll look like to you. When you log in, you'll see this page, and right now some of the announcements that I have to post, you can't see them yet because they're delayed to post. But anyway, you can see here all these links on the left. The most important first day thing you need to do is log in here and go to Start Here. And then you'll see a video from me kind of talking about myself and the class a little bit. And then some of the technical requirements that you need to have in order to be successful in this class. The outcomes, the objectives. So this class is an introduction to Mexican American studies, but we're going to focus on film appreciation. So we're going to kind of look at the history of the Mexican American experience through film that was created by most of the time Mexican American, or what we would call Chicano filmmakers. And so we'll analyze the developmental history, culture, and struggles for equality of Mexican Americans. We'll articulate an informed personal response and critically analyze works by Mexican Americans and Chicanos in the arts and humanities, in this case, specifically film. We'll describe the impact of discrimination on the everyday life of the Mexican American, looking at that in its social, political, and economic circumstance. We'll analyze the minority group interactions in the U.S., focusing on immigration and migration patterns, assimilation processes, and adjustments to American life. And we'll really do that, I think, in Module 8, probably the most explicitly. And you'll formulate an understanding of the shifting definitions of Mexican American cultural identities, in this case specifically, as they are represented in film. And you will do that, actually, that particular learning objective you will accomplish through an essay that you write at the end of the course. Some skills that we are going to foster in you and sort of put to practice are your communication skills, critical thinking skills, and of course this is a humanities class, so we're going to look at social responsibility, human responsibility. What role do you play in society? And then, of course, your own personal decisions that you make. We're going to focus on developing that skill as well, some personal responsibility. If you're seeing this video, I'll probably have posted this in an announcement, but it'll also be under this link, course orientation, where you'll see not this video that's posted here, but one that's very similar, the one that you're watching right now, actually. But that's where it'll be sort of parked, is in that course orientation link. And then there's some information, what we call netiquette, how to act online, how to be polite and kind and civil and things like that, and what communicates well and what doesn't communicate well on the internet. Syllabus, plagiarism quiz. This is important. First day, go ahead and take that. It's 2 questions that basically talk about, what the syllabus says and how to know for sure you're not performing any kind of plagiarism in this class. And then to access the library database, you can click this link here, and it will take you to the library databases page. If you're looking for a good source of information for this class, if you need to do any research, I recommend Academic Search Complete. This is an excellent resource. You might be able to find, let's see, if you go to this particularly, it'll kind of organize it. Humanities, Communications, and Fine Arts. And let's see, JSTOR is another really good database that I highly recommend. Let's see if it's on the list here. GHIJ. Yeah, JSTOR. So JSTOR and EBSCOhost are 2 excellent databases that have great humanities resources. So back to the Start Here folder. Some more information here about student resources and how to access that, how to set up an emergency password for your BlackBoard, to access BlackBoard in the event that if there is some problem with the server, you can still log on. Excuse me. How to set up the email, put it on your smartphone, and then most importantly, well, I say most importantly, but this is a graded assignment, so it's as important as the syllabus quiz for day 1. Go and introduce yourself, who you are, and every discussion you post in this class will consist of 3 posts. Your initial response to the prompt, and then 2 follow-up posts. 1 to 2 different, 2 follow-up posts to 2 different people. And I'll continually post that to remind you in many places. And pretty much it's, a third, 33.3% per post. If you only posted the initial response and then you only posted to one of your peers, then that's obviously going to be somewhere around 67 points. I'll round up just to be nice, but that's a pretty big blow to take for a discussion grade. So make sure you get in at least 3, your initial post and 2 follow-up posts every time we have a discussion. So where is the course content, you ask? Good question. So over here on the left, we have the Start Here, announcements, which is where we land when we log into the class anyway. And then you have the course objectives, which I've put also inside of the Start Here folder, so you can find them there. They're also in the syllabus, but that just kind of what the scope of this class is. And then you also have the syllabus and calendar here, which I'll also post that information on the announcements, so you can get to it there as well. So I'll email it to you, try to make it really obvious. Also, there are some major assignment guidelines, and I'll probably, right now there's not a link just for those, but I will probably add a link here on the left. By the time you see this menu on your left, you'll probably see something about the 2 major assignments, because you have 2 papers. Well, one is not really a paper, it's just kind of a 300-word reflection about your attendance to an event. This is important as that's 25% of your grade, and it's the cultural visit. So sometimes I call it the fine arts visit, the cultural visit, the arts visit. This is important because it's not going to be readily easy for some people to get to a place where they can encounter this kind of art. So there's a lot of stuff in Dallas, and I've actually posted a few opportunities that are going to be in the guidelines. But there is something that's in this particular semester. I'll let you know about something that is out in, I think maybe Tyler. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it's Tyler. So again, for some of you, that's difficult to get to Dallas, but it's not impossible. And I'm telling you, pretty early on here, there's no way around that assignment. So how do you do those assignments? Well, you'll certainly find it here in the very end of your syllabus, which is going to include all the information for the course as well as the course plan. But here at the very end, you'll find Fine Arts Cultural Visit and all the details about where to go, what to do. This one particular case for this semester, there was something here at Tyler, UT Tyler, which is closer than Dallas for some of you because you're out in Northeast Texas. But it's for kids too, so if you want to take your kids along, you can go. But this would be kind of a performing arts example of some Latin American culture represented by this guy, David Gonzalez. So Latino Cultural Center's having some really cool stuff going on. Always something happening there. That's in Dallas. There's also some cool stuff going on with film in Oak Cliff in Dallas. I think every other Wednesday or something like that. You can check out the link. It'll tell you more. But they have an ongoing sort of presentation of film, Mexican film. And so fits in nicely with what we're doing. So I don't know if for you guys you'll be able to go to Cinco de Mayo because this class will end before then, probably every time it's offered. I think we only offer it in the first 8 weeks. But anyway, these are just some examples. Maybe by linking to them and finding something there might set you on a path to find something somewhere. So I encourage you to explore this early. And then the other major assignment in this class is 25% of your grade, where you're going to talk about the shifting cultural identities reflected in Chicano film. And those guidelines are here, and you've got your kind of outline I've given you. So syllabus, instructor information over here. If you need to reach me, you can contact me through here, or you can just email me, jweatherford@ntcc.edu. There's also what I call this virtual office, which is a discussion board that you can post questions on, and you'll have to create a thread. Anytime you have a discussion, you have to create a thread, just like sending an email. Give it a subject, answer the initial prompt, click submit. Now, 300 words minimum, and then your follow-up posts, you'll be responding to your peers. Well, their posts will show up here, but nobody's posted anything, so this is just blank right now, but they will be there. Okay, all that was a rabbit trail because I was about to tell you where the actual content of the course is, and that's found here where it says lessons and assignments. And this class is very straightforward. We have 8 modules, so that's 1 per week in an 8-week format, or it would be 2 per week in a 16-week format. And every module has some videos to watch, some things to read, and every module begins with an introduction kind of lecture from yours truly. So watch that, and then to progress through each module, You just click that link up in the right corner, the arrow, or you can select it off the list here, and you can read the readings, watch any other supporting films or documentaries that I've included, and then there'll be a cinema piece that you'll view, and hit play. If it only wants to play like 15 minutes, sometimes you have to pop this player out into another screen, and then if it does that and it's still only playing like a portion of it, you can download it here. But I don't think very many of these films are going to be that way, because a lot of them are hosted on a better site. But yeah, so then there's a quiz at the very end of the module that you have to be sure you take, and the discussion link will be in the module. Click to launch, create a thread like I was telling you before, and quizzes are open book. You get 2 attempts, and they're based on the readings mostly. I think that pretty much covers everything. So lessons and assignments, modules are all in that, under that link. And then if you need to see your grades, you can click on My Grades. If you want to see a list of all the discussions, they're also here under the discussion board link. So that pretty much covers everything. So hopefully this is helpful to you for navigating this course, and if any point you have questions or comments or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will get back to you, usually immediately. The best way to reach me is to text. If you text 415-895-0539, which is in the syllabus, I'm pretty quick to respond. So, all right, that covers my orientation for the course, and hopefully no one has any issues. So reach out to me, though, if you do.